Good morning, good morning, good morning, fellas. How are we doing today? Today's a pretty special stream, a pretty special thing to celebrate. Today I did hit 40,000 subscribers, which is definitely something I never expected in a million years in the PokeMMO YouTube scene. But I mean, just thank you to every fucking one of you out there. Thank you so much. It's just, I don't think anybody thought it was possible. I don't think anybody had any faith in the scene until I just, for whatever reason, took a shot at it, started making daily videos, and I'm very lucky that it worked out. I always say, a lot of people work really hard in this lifetime, and they don't always get that appreciation they deserve. I'm very lucky that I worked hard and also get the appreciation. So thank you all very much. I just bought a shit ton of lures. I'm at 300 expert lures at the moment. I'm going to head over to the Bagon spot in Hoenn, and we're going to do some rare shunting today. But first, I do want to give you guys a little sneak peek at a guide scheduled out pretty far, but it's a pretty cool visual. So let's go check it out really quick. Never mind, I fucked it. We're just going to go shunt some Bagon, fellas. So let's go, let's see how that goes. I've been saying this for a while, but I'm feeling some Patrouski luck, okay? Patrouski luck is either very good or very bad. I've gone through a lot of the bad. I feel some very good, okay? It's on the way, okay? Hopium. We are starting at 300 lures this stream. Here's the first one popped. Let's see how many encounters we can get. Let's see what we get done today. First encounter is a ×5 Soul Rock random horde. That's either a very good sign or very bad. This place looks annoyingly small. Yeah, you pretty much... That's definitely the hardest part or most annoying part about single encountering here is the constant wiggling back and forth. Absolutely. But this spot is just so phenomenal. Like, it's 20% chance for a shiny Bagon or a Sheldon, and it's like there's like a 0.05 or whatever for like Beldum, but like you're not really here for that. If you happen to get that, that'd be incredibly lucky, but you're really here for the random lucky. You're looking for the Bagon. 20% chance of shiny Bagon, 80% chance or so of like Golbat, Solrock, or Lunatone. So it's expected to get a couple fails on the way to the Bagon, but we'll see, man. But I talked about this recently. Shiny Bagon literally used to be not only the rarest Pokemon in PokeMMO back in like 2013, but it was like definitely the rarest shiny, or like one of the rarest shinies. It was like a 1% or like 0.05, I think, 0.5% encounter in altering caves. It was only during one of the cycles way back in 2013. So shiny Bagon and Salamence have a lot of respect and like have a lot of love for those older players. Nowadays, it's definitely a lot easier, but it's still a very tough hunt. Fuck, Golbat is the cave rat. Okay, well, hopefully we don't see many Golbats then, but we'll see. This is so funny. I'm about to enter this era of content creation where I run a, daily PokeMMO channel every single day, like a daily video. And then I'm also going to be doing daily Dungeon Defenders videos, I think, on RetroPat coming up, which is hilarious. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to manage that, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun challenge, and maybe I'll just do that to like 1,000 subs or something on RetroPat, or like for like the rest of October, maybe. Once the Halloween event hits for PokeMMO, I have to totally put full focus into PokeMMO. There's no way I could also keep up Dungeon Defenders, so that'll just be a temporary, but it'll be a fun challenge, Daily videos are a great milestone, IMO. Pat, who's your oldest friend / when did they log off last time? That's a good question. Joshua, I know, is up there. It's probably, let's see if I can, wait, let's see before I check if I can remember their name. I think it's like, oh man, it's something with, it's like, I know who it is. I remember the person. I used to have a friend, one of my first friends in the game. I know there was someone named Basju, like Basjoo. There was also like El Chupacabra, but I think, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. I'm proud of myself for remembering that. And then Joshua's number 2. Damn. Yeah. This was the first friend I ever made in the game, and they had a couple different alt accounts that I would talk to them on. They were really cool. And then Joshua, dude, that's crazy. What are the odds of that? Joshua's number 2. One of my first 2. Yeah. Joshua's really high up there for me, which is really cool. And both of these players logged in 2023, which is kind of crazy. Callandian is one that hasn't logged in since 2015. Pokemon Trainer Red. I think I remember this person. JD, I remember. Dusty Bunny. Chupacabra, that's what I was thinking of. That's like just a Basju alt account. Philip. Shucklepones. Always loved his name. Back in 2018, hasn't logged in. Magorax. X Richard. I loved X Richard. There's some good Good teammates in here. Some good teammates. It's funny to remember names. I know like certain names, like Zora Boy was a teammate as well. There's like certain teammates that I'll always remember, which is kind of a wholesome 2013 meme. This is a general rule on the internet. 99.9%, 99.999% of the time, someone says, "Oh, sorry for bad English." Their English is like perfect than the average like English speaker, or like they're like really, really good. Like it's totally fine. I always tell my audience, I have a very international audience. I always tell them, no one has any right to like, critique or complain about your English as long as they can like understand what you're saying to some extent, understand the message being portrayed. If I only speak English, I only know one language, why the fuck do I have any right to like critique or criticize like, oh, you know, your English is bad, you know, that's I don't know, it's just unbelievable arrogance to me, to where like I haven't spent the time to learn any other language, you know, why would, yeah, I don't know, that's just such a level of ridiculously to me. Never worry about it. As long as I can understand your chats and what you're trying to portray, you're totally fine. I didn't think I was gonna have to do this, but I'll probably have to make a like spot like single encounter hunting guide for Johto, because I've had so many comments recently, where should I hunt for Entei, and like obviously my answer is like, you know, wherever you want to find good shinies, but I think a lot of people just don't know general locations, which is totally fine. I probably need to step up and at least give people ideas, you know, maybe don't know where to go, so I think it's good to at least shout out the like the popular locations, like the Miltank spot, the Toro spot are really single encountered, the Furret spot, etc, etc. So I'll do like a top 5 list at some point soon, covering like where to single encounter hunt for Entei as good options. When you reset EVs, you can decrease and reset EVs, but you have to buy berries for it. There is a I think I have a guide on it if you go to my EV guide, or if you just Google like EV reducing berries PokeMMO, I'll either have a video or a forum post will pop up. It's kind of expensive. It's like 50 to 60k, unfortunately. What's the best utility shiny in your opinion? Probably just Smeargle, right? The fact that it can learn any move, I mean, it's hard to beat that, right? The funny thing about the Smeargle hunt is that you probably should just, I mean, it's like you can kind of do two different things. You probably should just ×5 horde it. Like you can just ×5 horde Leppa for Smeargle, or you could technically, yeah, it's ×5 horde Artisan Cave. You could technically single encounter for a shiny Smeargle and just payday. It's actually like a really solid payday location if you want to like payday farm at Artisan Cave. You'll like constantly encounter like level 50, 60 Smeargles, and they have a pretty low defense stat, so they're really easy to payday and one-hit KO. The issue is I don't know if the pickup drops are that great, and then you're obviously slowing down your shiny hunt by like so much. Just to like gain some Pokeyen along the way, when you probably could gain that Pokeyen more efficiently via like gym runs or flipping or something. So like, you know, it's definitely like inefficient, but I understand the fun of it. Any recommendations for leveling up Breloom? Buy XP charms and bite the bullet and grind your ass off, because that shit takes a long time. Breloom needs 1.6 million XP for level 100, which is like a whole nother, like it's double what you need for Smeargle. It's a lot of XP. One of the shittiest parts about hunting in this location is that it's just so like depressing. I like this spot visually, the like dark entrance, at least there's like a little water here, it's kind of nice, but like I don't know, feeling stuck in a small little cave in the very back deep entrance, I feel like it feels like shit. Maybe that's just me, but this spot is like fucking drab, dude. The real joke is I love big, bright, sunny, grassy, green locations in video games, but IRL I fucking hate the sun. That's the real the duality of the gamer. Any idea why I'm getting paired up against number 3, number 20 best in the world in ranked randoms when I'm just an ace trainer? So unfortunately that does just happen when it's like, you know, 10 a.m. or like 12 p.m. like kind of weird queue times. You still can find games pretty quickly, thankfully, but it's definitely just people, you know, not enough people like around your rank being online. I will say there's actually a huge benefit to that. I actually love playing high ranked players when I'm low rank and ranked, because the benefit of if you beat them is so good. You gain like plus 13 plus like 15 elo if you beat them, and like a bunch of rewards, but if you lose to them you only lose like 4 to 8 elo. Like the difference of like elo or LP or whatever you want to call it, like the gain versus lose when playing against much higher ranks is crazy. So it's actually, if you can like find a way to beat, especially like in random, there's a little bit of RNG, there's a lot of skill, but if you can like hold your own against them, also you'll improve a lot. This is like gonna be different per person, not everybody likes this. A lot of people say when you're playing against someone who is so much better than you, you just can't learn and you just get shit on. this is a personal preference. I've never felt that way once in my entire life. Every time I get shit on by someone, I am literally just observing what they do, and I feel like I learn the most when playing the best players. Like, no matter what whether it was basketball, whether it was PokeMMO, whether it's League of Legends, Overwatch, like playing against much better players who are truly just better than me and shitting on me was always the best way that I learned. But a lot of people clearly don't like that. I don't know if it's because they just don't like it or whatever it may be, right? But I don't know. I think there's a lot of benefits to playing higher ranked players, and if you can get those matches, try to, you know, get the best benefits you can out of them. Aben, did you get a shiny Abenbag? No shot. Wait, what'd you get, dude? Wait. Abenbag got shiny Zangoose? That's so sick, dude. That's such a fucking good one, dude. Hell yeah. Zangoose is like one of the best like ×3 horde shinies probably in the entire game, probably the best. Dude, I'm waiting for toxic boost, whatever, Zangoose. Second encounter? Dude, fucking congrats, Abenbag. Let's go, man. The maker makes fucking Russian Patrouski into existence, immediately gets rewarded with a shiny Zangoose, dude. Hell yeah. Yo, Pat is the most shinies in one day known. The most I've ever seen personally is like 3 or 4. I don't know if there's like a known, you know, information on that. Yeah. Oh, it's shiny Zig-Zagoon, not Zangoose. Fuck. Hey, still, you know what? Not as cool as Zangoose, but I mean, even more rare because a single encounter. Congrats to you, Aben. Congrats. Yeah, I mean, Zangoose is still a beautiful shiny. We check the orange. I just love. Now I'm looking up Zangoose on accident. Literally doing the meme. It's so like Zangoose is beautiful. Zig-Zagoon is still good as well. Like, yeah, like Zig-Zagoon is a damn good shiny. Look at the oranges. I love orange shinies in general. Shelder is like absolutely S tier. Great shinies. Yeah, Linoone is a really interesting NU comp that sometimes pops up in the metagame whenever it's in a good position or whenever the opportunity presents itself. Belly Drum plus Extreme Speed is just really good. Now, obviously, in you like Citrus Berry, you have to like survive the initial Belly Drum, which is obviously kind of scary. But it's a really cool Pokemon. 70 attack, obviously not that great. 100 speed is really solid though. And then obviously Belly Drum is going to make it really fast, or really strong. It's going to fix that attack, but it's like really frail. You have to get the Belly Drum off. Extreme Speed, but like even like without Extreme Speed, its move pool is actually like pretty cool for it. So you have like Extreme Speed, you have Seed Bomb, which is actually really important, and can be a huge part of it. You even have things like Pin Missile. Weirdly enough, you have some pretty interesting coverage. I know you go like Belly Drum, Extreme Speed. I know you go Shadow Claw is a huge one. Shadow Claw, Seed Bomb. There's a lot of really cool options for like coverage. It's a pretty freaking solid. It's a pretty like tight move set. There's not really that many moves like options or whatever. But it's a very cool Pokemon that just pops off whenever the meta is allows it to. Congrats, fucking nicknamed it Zangoose. Congrats on the Zig-Zagoon, man. It's a beautiful shiny. 31 defense. Are you kidding? Hunted Duck? It's not even close, man. You have to decide between shiny Poliwrath and Politoed. Poliwrath isn't even in that discussion. I'm sorry to the Poliwrath fans. It's trash, okay? The two options for the shiny Poli line are Politoed is obviously gorgeous. We'll try to look it up really quick. And then the secret pick, the secret killer good pick is shiny Poliwhirl. Shiny Poliwhirl is actually such a pretty blue. Let's see if I can find one. It's actually so underrated. Shiny Poliwhirl is aggressively underrated. Then Politoed is just obviously cotton candy sweetness, you know, gorgeous. Dude, actually true, Aben. Someone in chat is like, bro, what the fuck, 13 mil Pokeyens? But Abenbag's like literally poorest member of Team Mister. Dude, actually true, like unironically. Obviously, like, wealth is very subjective and very like based on your perception, but for how long I've been playing, for how many hours I have, my cash stack is piss poor. But obviously from a new player's perspective, it's like fucking so much money, so I get it. That's actually so unlucky, PS Gamer. I got my first shiny, it was a meta type, but it was Duo, and a Graveler killed it with self-destruct. Man, fucking not even it being a shiny Graveler, the non-shiny killing the shiny is brutal. I'm really sorry to hear that happened. Not to brag or, you know, fuck that. Always got to have that damp Pokemon on you. Almost like any Shunts with any Gravelers, any Explosionmons. Got to have that damp Pokemon. I am so sorry that happened, dude. That is fucking devastating. That is brutal, man. Let's see a good thing to talk about, because I've only had that happen once, I think, during my which is still pretty fucking good. I have had one shiny Pokemon pop up while recording a video. I wasn't streaming. I was just recording a tutorial, like a little video, a little discussion video. It was my shiny Vanillish, if you've seen that. I did like a 5-minute, 6-minute video talking about, this is like 2 years ago. This is like when information was still very, very new. I was just making a video talking about like how you should probably use like synchronize for your ×5 horde shiny hunts. That was literally the topic of the video. Pretty basic stuff nowadays, but it was like, hey, like you should pretty much always be using a synchronized mon when doing ×5 horde shiny hunts, yada yada. And then as I like at the end of that video when I was doing my little outro, shiny Vanillish appeared, and it's a good meme, dude. I've been toying around with this idea for a long time. I love the idea of doing a full PokeMMO, like, or at least like one region, like cancel, doing like a full storyline in PokeMMO with only Shuckles. I feel like that would legitimately be like really hard. It would take so long. Someone's already done that in some Pokemon game, but I feel like in PokeMMO specifically, it would be like even like way harder. Like if one of the E4s or someone has like a Scizor or something, like I don't know what the fuck you do, you know? Because your biggest pieces are honestly any steel type is you could just get fucked by. Anything that can dodge sandstorm damage and avoid toxic, like I don't know, like you're just fucked. 10-hour stream today, question mark? Probably not a 10-hour stream, but I'll try to at least do 4 hours for 40k. That's kind of a cute little, you know, celebration. Honestly, just an average tier stream. I've been streaming a lot, like pretty much 5 hours average every stream recently, so honestly 4 hours is just run-of-the-mill nowadays, which is kind of crazy. So I feel like I was doing like 2-hour stream average, still enjoying those, but we can always change it up if they get a little old. I still need to go for my shiny Deanna, dude. It's a ×5 horde hunt, like a pretty easy hunt, and like a really really good shiny to go for that big green high dragon or little, you know, green Dino. I always say, okay, I say Deanna. I used to say Dino, and now people meme on me because I say it's Dino, but I say Deanna now, but I used to say Dino, and then yeah, I don't know, Dino. You guys don't like Crocodile? You're crazy. I feel like Crocodile is literally the best evolution of the line. I'm not a fan of Feraligatr, man. His nerd neck is hunchback, a little too much for me. I don't know, man. Totodile's fine. Totodile's pretty cute, actually. But like Crocodile is like easily the best evolution of the line. I'm surprised chat does not like Crocodile. Unironically, I think every single Chikorita fan in the entire world is in my chat right now. I've never seen more people support that stupid little leaf in my entire life. Shutting singles is so daunting. It's definitely so much harder in PokeMMO compared to any Pokemon game, and it's a huge step up from ×5 hordes. I will say, if you use like Swarm and use god damn it, Trexies, and use like lures and stuff, it can be a lot more. The barrier to entry can be lowered. So for those that don't know, you should be able to get a ×5 horde shiny every like 30 hours or so. And usually if you're hunting a ×5 horde shiny, like there's at least a 50% chance of you getting the shiny you want. Sometimes like 100%, right? If it's like a 100% chance, like good shiny ×5 horde, which are a lot of them, right? So like the benefits of ×5 hordes, like, oh, if you just like keep working hard enough and keep going at it, you'll eventually, like, in time, the first shiny you get, it'll be the shiny you want. There's no fails for the most part. There are some, obviously, but like Raticates. You can avoid a lot of fails. But with single encounters, the issue is Pokemon that are ideal to shiny hunt. First things first, it's going to take you 100 hours on average for one single encounter shiny versus the 30 hours on average for one ×5 horde shiny. And the issue is, for most single encounter shunts, for this location, for example, I want Bagon. Bagon's around a 20% chance. So that means that I'm going to have to get 5 shinies on average before I get that Bagon. That Bagon for a Bagon versus a ×5 horde being 30 hours. The difference isn't that crazy from like one single encounter shiny to one ×5 horde hunt, you know, 30 hours to 100 hours. Still a big difference, like 3 times the hours, but that would be fine if that was just the difficulty increase. But once again, the increase being like, oh, not only do you have to do one shunt, you have to do like 5 shunts or so on average for a good single encounter shiny. That's what truly makes it so daunting and so difficult, is getting so many fails along the way. I know that's something that's been talked about on the forums, I believe, as a suggestion, is giving the ability for PvP gift Pokemon to have hidden ability access. It's kind of dumb if they like give away, like you're saying, like a Sharpedo comp, and if it like doesn't have access to speed boost, it's, you know, wildly less powerful. And you can obviously use prismatic pearls and like transfer hidden ability over to it, but like at that point you're spending like 300k minimum or something like that just to get, you know, yeah, it's kind of brutal. At that point it's just kind of not worth it. Yeah, I really wish that, yeah, I hope they make that change pretty soon, is giving PvP gift comps the ability to have hidden ability access for free. It's a huge, like, PvP needs that boost, you know. To be fair, Golbat might be one of the best fail plus shiny Golbats. The reason being is I am a person who collects like each species line of shinies. So if I get 3 shiny Golbats, I'll have a Zubat, a Golbat, and a Crobat, which I'm a huge fan of. You can still resell them. If you want to resell duplicate OTs, I think that's super based and fair. I'm not someone who prefers to do that, but it's definitely a personal preference thing. I think this is a really interesting meme. Like, maybe it's just me, but these two Pokemon look so different to me, even though that they're the same color. They have like very different vibes, in my opinion. Like Golbat's way more aggressive flapping, the big open mouth and the scary face. It comes off like way more like gross is like the word to me. I still like shiny Golbat, but it comes off like more like fearsome or whatever. Versus like Zubat comes off cute. Zubat has like no eyes pretty much, just like the cute teeth. It's much smaller. It's funny how like something that can be the same color, pretty much, obviously the wings are different, but have like slight different distribution, or have like slight different size things, and like just be like a totally different vibe. It's a really interesting difference in the species line. And then obviously Crobat is wildly different and pretty cool. I like when species lines change shiny color. Things like Shelter and Cloyster, things like Crobat and I really prefer like Crobat and Golbat. I like that. I think when like I always talk about how much I love when one shiny species line has multiple good shinies, but they're very different colors as well. It gives you like different options. Another good example is Spinarak and Ariados. See if I can pull up an Ariados really quick. Both of these shinies are really fucking beautiful, but I feel like their colors are, maybe I'm misremembering. I feel like their colors are, they're similar actually. They're a lot more similar than I remember, but their colors are still very different. Like Ariados is obviously much more pink and much more purple versus the pink and the purple are like the accents on the legs on Spinarak. But the blue is like the main color of Spinarak, but blue becomes the accent. It kind of just switches, right? There's also a lot more yellow, or there's no yellow on Spinarak and a bunch of yellow on Ariados, so I think makes it look really interesting. I seriously might end up evolving my Spinarak soon. I think I do just personally prefer Ariados so much. But I'd have to rehunt a new spider if I ever want Spinarak again, which might be fine. I really prefer the look of Ariados personally, but I feel like scared to do it just because I don't have a Spinarak yet. But like, if I really care about it, I'd probably just go for another one. I don't know. It feels a little silly, you know? This is my hot take that I've said multiple times. I really like Shiny Dragonite. I think, this is a hipster take, I think the reason why so many people don't like Shiny Dragonite is because it comes after Shiny Dragonair, which is obviously better. Shiny Dragonair is better than Dragonite, but that doesn't make Shiny Dragonite bad, right? Like, Dragonair is better. So Dragonair is an S tier shiny, but like Dragonite is still like B to A tier, IMO. I think a lot of people hate it because they know what it could have been, and they like shit on it because it came from a better shiny, which is like a tough, you know, situation. It's like being like the older brother, but being like dog shit compared to your younger brother, you know? But like, he's only like that extra dog shit because you're comparing him to the other brother. Shout out to the, you know, poor, you know, brothers or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I think Shiny Dragonite's legit good. It's just kind of overhated on due to that reason. That's my take. This is actually a really interesting part of the game. Shard farming used to be really good money back in the day. All these shards used to be like 10 to 20k a piece. And now they're all like actual like nothing. Shard farming is like not a term that people even like use anymore. Shard farming is not good money at all. It's funny that it used to be one of the best. I feel like they were all like 10 to 20k back in the day. Kind of an interesting, definitely a change over time. Same with Everstones to some extent. Everstones used to be 20k a piece, 20 to 25k. And now they're like 5k a piece. I think that there are some Everstone strats where you can get them enough per hour to where it is actually like kind of decent though, but I could be wrong on that. It is kind of brutal how weak your starter is in each region. Since they end up being 15 IVs across and neutral nature, it's fucking harsh, man. Part of me wishes they kept like the random rolls as it was in the past, but at the same time, hilariously, the best part of that like static stats and everything is that it makes Nuzlocke consistent, and it makes like challenge runs consistent, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, it is really brutal for like casual players. But I understand like the other argument is like with the storyline being as difficult as it is, if you get like a super dog shit, what's a good example of this? If you get like a relaxed Charizard, it's just gonna hurt you so much, or like some sort of like minus attack, you know, let's say like superior, I don't know, so many of the starters are mixed attacking though, so it's hard to like give that example of like timid or adamant or whatever, right? But you definitely can get like if you got like a, you know, 10 IVs and below in every stat and like relaxed Charizard, it's just gonna be so dog shit that it's like so hard to do the storyline, right? It's a tough, I think the change overall is probably good, having the starters be static 15 IVs across and like static, you know, stats, but it makes for better balancing. Yeah, it's probably easier to balance the whole game around fixed IV starters. Yeah, exactly. It's better for balancing, but part of me definitely misses it. It's one of those things, you know? Yeah, there's just no validity to this argument. Not to be like too harsh, but like when you say stuff like, I know you said that breeding OT shinies is bad, but I only want a shiny Ditto so I can breed up my shiny Growlithe since shiny Ditto is so expensive. The issue is, the best way to shiny hunt Ditto, and the best way to do it for like the cheapest amount of money, is ×5 hordes, bottom of the Cinnabar Mansion, and there's Raticate and Ditto there. So you're gonna get 2 shinies on average to get your Ditto. It's going to cost you 6 mil in Leppas on average. That's not even counting if you go dry or anything for your OT shiny Ditto. So it's costing you more money than if you were to just buy a shiny Ditto off the GTL, as well as it's costing you 60 hours of time. So not only are you losing, it's costing you more money to shiny hunt an OT Ditto, plus you're losing an OT shiny, plus you're wasting 60 hours. There is no reason when you could just do gym runs or flipping, earn 300k per hour. We'll even do like 5.8 mil. 5.8 mil divided by, 300k per hour. You could just do 19 gym runs, 19 days, 20 hours of money making, and buy yourself a Ditto. Or if you have a male Growlithe, I think like these positions only buy a female Growlithe for like 4 mil, or an Arcanine as well. I feel like I had a lot of pushback on my video recently saying you shouldn't like breed OT, you shouldn't breed 2 OT shinies, and I think it's just a position, not to be too harsh, I don't understand the argument. I think it's just a position of lack of education, like lack of knowledge. There is no reason you should ever be breeding 2 OTs together. It's just bad. It's going to be the wrong, you probably are not going to have the best breeder for it. It's just there's no reason to do it. There's no reason to breed 2 OTs. You should always buy one. It's always, you can keep your OT shiny, buy one of the GTL. You save time, you save money, you save a shiny. It's just like horrendous. I don't know if it's, I don't know. It's just, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Don't let people trick you. You should never be breeding 2 OCs together. If you really want to, for some like self efficiency, Iron Man, like personal reason, for feelings, sure, but there is no logical financial time management. There's no logical reason to do it. If it makes you happy at the end of the day, go for it. But yeah, you could also set a sandwich on fire, and if that makes you happy, sure, but why would you you don't have to. I don't know, it's just weird. Don't the mainstream games have a shiny rate of 1 out of 4,000 ish? Why is PokeMMO so high, 1 out of 30,000? There's a lot of factors for that. Because the fact that it's an MMO, one of the ways that I always explain it is like, when a game is an MMO, you have to worry about the market and stuff like that. And imagine if like every 1 out of 4,000 players, their very first encounter in the game was like a shiny. So like every 1 out of 4,000 players just gets like a free shiny. That's like kind of brutal for the market. Like the market would flood with like new random like RNG shinies, right? Versus 1 out of 30,000 really helps to whittle that down. As well as, what's it called? There's a video coming out semi soon from me that talks about how many shinies are consumed per day, and it's a shocking amount. What do you mean by shinies that get consumed? Yeah, haha. It's a good question if you're like a new player. Shinies get consumed via 2 different methods. Via breeding, people will buy other non-OT shinies and breed them with their OTs to like breed up the IVs. So you can consume shinies via breeding, and you can consume shinies via prismatic pearls. So they get a lot of shinies that come into the game just get taken out, which is what's called a sink. In any sort of, you'll see like gold sink a lot, money sink, gold sink. Games need sinks for pretty much any item. MMOs need sinks to keep an economy healthy. Wait, fuck, there was a really cool screenshot recently. This was super sick. There was a very cool screenshot recently. I forget what team it was. If somebody knows, like, let me know. There was an entire PokeMMO team where everybody had a shiny Swablu, I think. Dude, that was a really cool screenshot. The idea of like a PokeMMO team having like a full like mascot, like having a full that's so incredible. I would love to do that for Team Mister. That is really cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the cheapest Shalpha hunt is 1 bill if you're gonna egg for it. So like Miltank is a really good example where okay, so first things first, you need 300 alpha Miltanks, which is gonna cost like what, 50? They're pretty cheap, like 10k a piece. So that's like 3 mil in Miltanks right there. Nothing crazy. But you need male field egg group, which are like 40k a piece on average. I would say maybe like 35 to 40k. Yeah, like 35 to 40k a piece. So if we say like, let's do in the middle, let's say 38k. Let's say you need 30,000 field egg groups that are 38k a piece. It's gonna cost you almost 1.2 bill just to do that. And that is the cheapest kind of egg hunt, pretty much. One of the cheaper ones. Bronzor is probably cheaper. Jinx might also be kind of cheap. There might be some cheaper ones, but Miltank is like one of the cheaper ones, and that's like 1.2 bill. That is crazy. A Shalpha hunter are wild, man. Hey, Pat, could you recommend a Sharpedo NU set? Dude, I wouldn't. I could do a decent. I wouldn't know the best set. I don't. It'd be something like you know, speed boost. My best guess would be speed boost, protect, waterfall, crunch. And then like some sort of coverage move. I don't know if you just go Ice Fang. Fangs are kind of shit though. I would guess Protect. Oh, maybe you go Aqua Jet as well. Do you really go Aqua Jet with Speed Boost though? Priority is important though. You might just go Aqua Jet, Waterfall. You could even do like Protect plus SD, right? Dude, there's a lot of things you could. There's actually like so many options. You could go Protect plus SD. You could just go SD over Protect. Does it get close combat? Oh my god, that's actually kind of bomb. Wait, oh, you definitely go. Wait, what the fuck is Sharpedo's move pool? Earthquake? Wait, this mon is way better than I thought. What the hell? What is its usage right now in NU? That is. Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck happened to Sharpedo? Was this from the new move set from Gen 9 changes? Because this thing is way better now. Life Orb, Naive, Speed Boost. You know, Naive for like Ice Beam coverage. This is unbelievable. This with Metacham? Dude, this is like one of the best mons right now in NU. I am so behind. This is unbelievable. This is crazy. The way that I would check for movesets is by checking the GTL and seeing like what's selling for a good amount of money, usually. So Sharpedo, and then scroll down to like 50, I think like 55 or whatever is max. You want like the comps. The comp Sharpedos. This one's Naive, for example. Crunch, Protect, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. Double special attacks? It's probably not right, though. EQ, Retaliate, Crunch, Aqua Jet. Jolly, Aqua Jet. One was a Headbutt. Some more Naive ones. Naive. Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Aqua Jet, Crunch. This seems makes sense. Jolly. Naive is the most. That's so interesting. Jolly. CC seems really good. CC, yeah, it's close combat. That's crazy. What a change, man. How much money should you get before trying to hunt shinies? I know it costs this amount, but dude, you can hunt. I think you should hunt shinies for free. You can absolutely hunt shinies for like free, like a lot of very, very, very good shinies. Just do ×5 hordes near a PC. The only thing that costs money is getting yourself a like teleport Pokemon, like any shit, like 2K, like you probably have one, like an Abra or Ralts or whatever, right? Get yourself what you really need is Sweet Scent with PP Max. So one PP Max is going to be like 20K. You need like 40K max to start shiny hunting some really good Pokemon. You just need a teleport Pokemon, Sweet Scent PP maxed, and then yeah, a Sweet Scent mon. And to make sure you have some sort of catching mon, or make sure you have some way to safely catch the shiny. But other than that, like shunting is very cheap. You can shunt for free, pretty much. It only gets really expensive once you start going for Lepa shunts, or once you start going for like, yeah, Lepa shunts or like egg shunts or something. Lepa shunts can get pretty expensive, but there's a lot of very good non-Lepa shunts. What's the best Pokemon to shunt to use for PvP? I have an interesting question. If you're like a huge PvPer and you were to shunt one Pokemon, what would it be? Hydreigon's actually a really good one, since it's about to get access to Draco Meteor again. You can do ×5 hordes of Deano with no Lepas. That's a very good one. Getting a Dragonite, but you need to get hidden ability access on your Dragon, to be fair. Garchomp, I think Gible has is Gible ×3 or ×5? It's a Lepa horde though. Those are the main ones. Dragonite has a ×5 horde, but you'd have to pay 1 mil in Prismatic Pearl to get the hidden ability access. Gligar has some ×5 hordes near a PC, I believe, in Johto, so that's a pretty cool one. But you need hidden ability access once again, like required. Those are the main ones. You could do a Pelipper pretty easily. ×5 horde close to a PC. Hydreigon's probably the easiest hunt. That is also like the highest up, and it's probably its usage is about to increase a lot with Draco Meteor access, most likely. What got you into streaming? I started streaming back in like 2011/2013. I don't quite remember which one, because I started streaming before OBS was a thing. I used XSplit was the program back then. OBS didn't exist yet, and Twitch. So I made my Twitch account. My Twitch account was created June 2nd, 2011. The reason why I remember that is because Twitch became Twitch on June 1st, 2011. So it went from Justin TV to Twitch June 1st, 2011. And I was just a viewer for a while, but I remember streaming. I either started streaming in 2011 or 2013. I can't remember which, but I started streaming, and the first couple games I streamed were just like PokeMMO. I streamed PokeMMO. I streamed Hearthstone. I streamed a lot of old school RuneScape later on. I've streamed many different games here and there. But yeah, I just, it's hard to say what got me into streaming, because I've always loved streaming. I grew up on Twitch as a fucking like little, you know, Kappa spamming chatter. I've always loved streaming. I've always loved Twitch for whatever reason. I've always loved being a viewer. I've always loved doing it. It's just something I've always been very drawn to. If you get Secret Shiny Beldum, can I get 1 mil? If I get a Secret Shiny Beldum, I will give you 10 mil, dat boy. Because the odds of that are unbelievable. I told you, the odds, so it would take me 10,000 hours on average to get a Shiny Beldum here, single encounter. Like, the odds of it are so astronomical. It's a 1% chance encounter. It takes you 100 hours. So you would see 100 shinies on average before Beldum, right? And then on top of that, it would take you 100 hours per shiny. So it ends up being 100 times 100, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully my math isn't... Yeah, so it's literally 10,000 hours on average per one shiny Beldum. You would never, ever... Shiny hunting, single encounter Beldum is a fool's errand. You can... I think there actually is a better strat. Hilariously, if you want to lure Matang, that actually is like... at least arguable. That'll still take you like 2,000 hours, I think, but it's better than 10,000. Okay, but the meme is to get a secret shiny, it would be this number times 16, so it'd be 160,000 hours on average if you were to specifically go for a secret shiny Beldum. That is a... yeah, oh my god, like, I'm happy to make that bet. Do I even live for 160,000 more hours? It's a good question. Let's see how many okay, I'm too bad at math, I feel like, to do this. How many hours are in a year? 265 times 24, right? That's the math. So 1 year has 8,760 hours. Let's do 160k divided by 8,760. So 18 years of straight hunting. Now the issue is if it becomes like, okay, how many hours do you sleep and stuff? Oh, like what? 30 years of hunting Beldum every day or something? Honestly, doable. PokeMMO has been around for half the lifespan of Pokemon. Is that true? Kind of, right? That's kind of insane. How old is Pokemon franchise? I think it's not quite that, but like 1996. So fuck, I'm so bad at math. What is that like? God damn it. 20 years would be 2016, right? So 29. Has Pokemon been around for 29 years? Is that the math? 29? I feel like I'm I'm doing my math wrong. Let's just double check it, boys. Jesus, this is why I'm a streamer, okay? Minus 1997. 27. First try. Okay, 27 years. Holy shit. All right, let's see those donations rolling in, boys. I need some help. 20. Sorry, I'm always joking. 27 years. Yeah, Pokemon's been around for 11. I would say like a third, closer to a third. But that is kind of crazy. Like, Pokemon's been around for a fucking long time, you know? Saw some guy on Reddit talking about when you give the devs your money, your shiny odds go up. I mean, that's just donator status and shiny charm, right? Which, I mean, technically, I guess, but that feels like, yeah, copium arguments. Wait, dude, the stats on this are unbelievable. Dude, fucking what a catch. Congrats on your shiny Rhydon, dog. That is unbelievable. Those stats are fucking perfect. Holy, man. You can't ask for much better than that. That is crazy, dude. Congratulations, man. No nature, but that's unreal. Congrats, dude. Okay, the real me. Maybe this is probably only an American thing. Do you guys remember when Burger King had the bacon sundae? That was a big deal. That was, I remember, that was a crazy fast food. That was like one of the first like weird as shit fast food, like limited time releases. The bacon sundae was crazy, like straight meat and ice cream. I heard it was good, but never actually had it. We're just like talking about Burger King in stream and say like Burger King is like seems to be like a franchise that like wants to die. It literally feels like they make every possible move to like kill the franchise and just fade off and to forget fucking Thanos snapped out of existence. I don't know why they've just stopped trying, man. Burger King is like trash nowadays, unfortunately. It's had good moments in the past, but I feel like now you only go there for the cardboard crown. That's about it. Pat, is it true that staff members aren't allowed to be content creators? From my knowledge, yes, which is kind of a strange rule. I'm sure there's some reasoning behind it. I don't know if it's just because like, I don't know if it's due to like a leaking of information issue. I don't know what the reasoning is, but yeah, that actually is true. Like CMs can't be content creators, I believe. And yeah, you're not allowed to like record videos and like put them up on YouTube. I assume there's some good reasoning for why, but I honestly don't know it. I assume it's probably similar to like why refs in the NFL like can't like, you know, bet on games. Would be my guess. Like I feel like it's just like too much conflict of interest, and it's hard to act on good faith when you know you're like personally invested in it. You can never like, it's just you always would be questioning that, you know. I assume that's the reason. Like I don't know if you could like make inside videos or have inside information. It's hard to like not leak stuff. That'd be my guess. I don't know, but it's a tough discussion for sure. How do you turn off the shiny effect on your own Pokemon but not the wild ones? Great question. That's actually a pretty easy one. You just go to the Pokemon you want to turn off and left click the particle effect and get rid of the little green box. It's great for shiny hunting shinies without having your shiny sound pop off. Oh, so you're asking about some of the seasonal items are back. So the ghostly pointed hat, the seasonal, so these come back every year. And the Hex Cloak. Some people really like the Hex Cloak. It's a pretty cool vanity. The seasonal Halloween event items are back, fellas. It happened. It's becoming spooky season, fellas. Hex Cloak is back. Pretty cool vanity. Ghostly pointed hat. You can color Hex Cloak whatever color, which is really cool. They're fine. They're seasonal. Seasonal vanities are interesting. They're not good investments. They never really gain any value, essentially, because same with, you know, this, because they come back every year. They can only, you know, get so expensive, essentially, every year. But they're cool. Some people really like them. It's cool that you shouted that out. I wouldn't even have noticed, honestly, that seasonals were back yet. That's cool, man. I'm kind of surprised Game Freak missed the opportunity to have a stage 1 Pokemon named Zig, a stage 2 Pokemon named Zagoon, and then the third one named Zig-Zagoon. I'm kind of surprised they skipped out on that opportunity. I'm just saying. Like, I feel like Zagoon is such a good like standalone name. I don't know. Just saying. You know what? I kind of am down to go Petalburg. Let me finish this one last lore. So you're saying there's been the last like 3 or 4 Mr. Shinies have all been Zig-Zagoons. Dude, they're going hard as fuck in Petalburg. I'm gonna have to head over there. It's Petalburg time, fellas. You convinced me. Let's go for the 5th Zig. To Petalburg we go. Get in here. Pop a lore. I'm on channel 3. The last 3 shinies in Team Mister have been Glower, Barrels, and Aben, and they all got shiny Zig-Zagoons. Dude, we hunt Petalburg. We fucking own Petalburg. I feel like Petalburg Woods is like the Ungoro crater of classic WoW for fucking for Team Mister, dude. It's a good meme. That's a nice double battle to see, dude. Shroomish and Trico. The only shiny I don't want here is Pooch. I'm just not a fan of like the gold on Pooch / Midiana. I think it looks kind of gross to me. I don't know. Not all gold. I like Swablu and stuff, but yeah, not those shinies. So anything here except for Pooch I'll be happy with, honestly. Any single, honestly. The hottest take here, is that I think out of every single shiny here, I might actually prefer Slackoth the most. I really like Slackoth. Very cool. I love Slacking as a Pokemon line. Slackoth's a pretty cool shiny. Dude, I really like... Is there a ×5 horde for it somewhere, though? Maybe it's not worth... No, it is actually worth. It'd be an egg hunt otherwise. Dude, I'd be really down with Slackoth here. What about Shroomish? Most people come here for Shroomish or Trico, I guess, but like I think my favorite here would actually be Slackoth, hilariously. Okay, I can definitely flip that, even if it's for not that much. I might just quick flip it for like 2.8 mil. I feel like that's definitely... I could like slow flip it for like 4 mil or like 3.5. Yeah, that's definitely flippable. For those who don't know, I bought this 1x31, 2x30 in HP defense and special. That's why it's so good. It's because of that stat distribution is really good. I'm either putting that let me finish this lore and I'll go flip it. I could do it for like 2.8 pretty quick, but I probably just do I want to quick flip. Like if I can make 800k on it, I could slow flip it for like 3.5 to 4. I feel like 4 is pushing when that other one is 4.5 though. But I want to quick flip it to have money for event season coming up, so I'll probably do that. It's honestly an under talked about part of PvP is absolutely, once you like, you know, you can start with 20 plus like maybe 31 Speedmon, start with that, right? And then once you get a better one, like 2 times 31, 20 plus, or even like 3 times 31 or whatever, right? You can sell the previous comp, you know, upgrade. You'll be able to get that money back selling your used comp in the future once you upgrade, which is kind of cool. So it gives people even more incentive to have, you know, maybe not the best mons heading into PvP for the first time, but as long as it's decent, it'll be pretty solid. Yeah, we're gonna flip this shiny Geodude. I did buy this for 2 mil, and I could sell it for like 3.5. I feel like if I like slow sold it. However, I'm okay with going like 3 mil on this and just trying to sell it fast. I could even see myself going to like 2.8 on it if it doesn't sell. Like, I wanted to just sell pretty fast. I'll make a clean 1 mil flip on it. We'll see how that goes. But that is also going to call it for today. Another 5-hour stream in the books. Thank you guys again for 40,000 subs on YouTube. A pretty crazy milestone that I don't think anybody thought was possible within the PokeMMO community, and I'm honored that it's me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I've earned it. Hopefully I've entertained you for enough hours or helped out your PokeMMO journey to some extent. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Dislike it if not. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos always. Follow for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel in a financial manner, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations do help out a ton. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Play some Pokemon today. Hey, thanks so much for watching till the very end of the video, and thanks to everybody whose name is on this list. You guys go above and beyond and allow me to make the content that I do. So thank you so much once again, and have a great day.